They called her Silicon Valley's Golden Girl. Now she's back, and this time, AI is in the mix. Elizabeth Holmes, once the face of the Theranos scandal, is making headlines again in 2025. From prison, she's linked to a new biotech startup and filing patents. Could this be Theranos 2.0? Or something even bigger? Let's dive into the shocking return of one of tech's most controversial figures. Chapter 1. What went wrong the first time? Let's rewind. Back in 2022, Holmes was sentenced to 11 years in prison for defrauding investors, putting lives at risk, and pretending to be the next Steve Jobs. She raised over $900 million for her company Theranos, claiming she had a device that could test for hundreds of diseases from just one drop of blood. The machine? It was called Edison. The problem? It didn't work. But she still got Walgreens on board, made magazine covers, and convinced powerful people like Henry Kissinger and Rupert Murdoch to believe in her. Behind the scenes, Holmes was pushing employees to fake test results. Patients got false diagnoses. It was a complete disaster. In the end, whistleblowers came forward. Theranos fell apart, and Holmes went to prison. Chapter 2. So, why are we talking about her again? Fast forward to 2025. Holmes, now 41, is in a Texas prison, but she hasn't stopped. In an interview with People magazine, she said she's still working on health inventions and writing new patents. Even though the SEC has banned her from leading a public company ever again, there's a loophole. She can still influence a private company. And that's where Billy Evans comes in, Holmes' partner and the father of her 2 children. While she's behind bars, he's raising millions for a new health tech startup, Hemanthus. Chapter 3. Meet Hemanthus. Hemanthus calls itself the future of diagnostics. Sound familiar? They say their new device will scan blood, saliva, or urine using lasers and artificial intelligence. It's supposed to detect things like cancer in seconds. And get this, their machine even looks like the Edison device. The tech is based on something called Raman spectroscopy. Basically, it shines a laser on a sample and uses the light it reflects to figure out what's inside. Scientists have used it for decades, but now AI is making it much faster and more accurate. Here's the smart part. Hemanthus is starting with pets. That means fewer rules and faster testing. And believe it or not, pet diagnostics is now a multi-billion-dollar industry. They're hoping that within 3 years, and with $70 million in funding, they'll be ready to launch a wearable device for humans. Chapter 4. Who's investing in this? You'd think after everything that happened with Theranos, no one would want to invest in anything connected to Elizabeth Holmes. But surprisingly, her partner, Billy Evans, has already raised a few $1 million, mostly from close friends and family who still believe in him. However, most big investors are staying away. Michael Dell's investment company said no. So did some of the early backers of Facebook. Many of them don't think the science is strong enough, and they say this whole thing feels way too similar to the Theranos story. Still, Evans isn't giving up. He's hoping to raise $15 million more from investors in Silicon Valley and Austin. One person who has already invested? A man who co-owns a tapas restaurant in Austin. That's right, not exactly someone with a background in medicine or technology. So, is this new startup building something real, or are we watching another risky bet that could fall apart? Chapter 5. The science isn't all fiction. Here's where it gets tricky. The idea behind Theranos may have been fake back then, but in 2025, it's not science fiction anymore. Today, AI-powered medical tools are actually delivering real results. At Johns Hopkins, researchers have developed a simple blood test that can detect lung cancer early. In China, scientists used a method called Raman spectroscopy combined with AI to find cancer cells with an accuracy of 99.7%. Another US study showed similar results. This means early testing from a drop of blood could really save lives, something Holmes pretended to do years ago. So, is Hemanthus just jumping on a real trend or trying to rewrite history? If you're enjoying the video so far, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. We've got more in-depth tech stories coming your way every week. Chapter 6. Hemanthus speaks out. On May 11, 2025, the official Hemanthus account made a surprising post. They confirmed that their CEO, Billy Evans, is Elizabeth Holmes' partner. They admitted that people have reasons to be skeptical and acknowledged that the company has a lot to prove. Instead of making big promises, they said they prefer to focus on building quietly and letting the results speak when the time is right. They also made it clear that this is not meant to be another Theranos. The message shows they know people are watching carefully, they know the past can't be ignored, and they expect people to compare this new company to Theranos. But they're hoping the technology and real science will prove they're different and better this time. Chapter 7. The Reality Check. So, here's the real question. Can someone like Elizabeth Holmes, who once faked test results, lied to investors, and risked people's health, ever be trusted again? Should her name even be connected to another health startup? Yes, AI and medical technology are getting better every day, but turning that into something safe, legal, and actually helpful to people is not easy. Most startups fail before they even get close. And let's be honest, even if this new company, Hemanthus, creates something real and powerful, the fact that Holmes is connected to it will always raise eyebrows. Once trust is broken, it's hard to get it back. So, we're standing at a fork in the road. Theranos may be gone, but its shadow still hangs over Silicon Valley. Yet at the same time, AI-powered tools for early disease detection are finally starting to work, and that's exciting. Maybe this story isn't about Elizabeth Holmes anymore. Maybe it's about how close we are to finally building the future that Theranos claimed to offer, this time with real science and no lies. So, what do you think? Does she deserve a second chance, or is it the same old story all over again? Tell us what you think in the comments. We really want to hear from you. And if you liked this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. We've got more surprising stories coming your way. This is just the beginning.